Hey Craig and Kenneth, this is Jay. Just want to give you a video update on where we are at with the sound system and the video stuff. I think it's all working again, so I thought I'd make a video so that you guys and I can all remember what the settings were in case we have trouble again through that, because I won't remember a month from now what we changed. Through that, here's the video system. Running right now, I've got YouTube playing here as an input so I can test it. And that is coming in then on channel 14 down here, which plays to our sound system. Anyway, it's about the same as it was before. I'll move it down so you guys can hear me. You can change the volume a number of places. So if you're not hearing anything, check this lower corner down here. All right. If you set the volume down here, now it goes off. Let me play it too loud. Now this is going to get way too loud. So I usually like to leave the system volume down around 20. And then you have more control over here then. So it'll give you a little finer control on the slider on that. You can also change the volume on a YouTube video, of course, from over here. So there's a lot of different places to check if this happens again, but that'd be the main one. Over here in this one, make sure that let me turn this down, this is too loud. Make sure that you're not playing it through one of the monitors. That would be bad, these bend cues, or the matrix switch. We don't want those volumes. We want speakers volume. And speakers volume, and then over here, that's the main computer out. Anything that's showing on the computer, whether you're playing a DVD, well, I guess we don't have a DVD player. Anything you're playing through there, or if it's on a flash drive and you're playing an MP4 or MP3 off of a flash drive on the computer, that's going to be controlled by this speakers volume over here. And then once that's set and is on, then you can have finer control on the main speakers through this channel 14. Keep that down low. All right, the video wasn't working either, and I made some changes to the video settings. So the camera is back on now, and I remember what they are. The volume for the videos that we live stream out is coming in through line in, and you can see that's set over here. Here's line in. I guess if you cleared that, it might shut it off. Yep, it did. And you can tell if you've got volume coming in because you'll see the mixer bar over here moving up and down through that. And so I have to click that channel to open it up, and now I've got mix volume over here. I'll zoom in a little bit. Here's our mix volume right through that. And here's the outbound. This is the inbound side. Right, this is what's coming up, and then this is what's outbound. Is this larger screen, and this is what's outbound. And so you can see that you've got it. You can mute this by doing that. So that's another place to check. If we have no outbound volume, double check that. You should see green bars over here dancing around when people are talking on any of the microphones, or in this case, we've got the computer coming in. So that's what we're seeing there through that. Okay. Line in, this line in setup is run through this cable on the soundboard. So that's our line in. This is what feeds our video, and that's what feeds this guy. And then this slider, if you untape it, controls the volume coming into the video system. Whoa. And you can see over here, and I turned it off, and I can push that slider up now, and it's a monitor slider. And we have always had that wired in there. So if someone's talking really loud, and you can come over here and you can mute them down and bring them down a little bit. I know you guys taped this so that no one played with it, because it can get you in trouble if you bring it all the way down. But that sets up this here. And I like to keep, when I'm running soundboard or the video, I like the max to be somewhere about in here on that. If it goes all the way off and hits red, then you're in trouble, right? You're gonna clip your sound, and we don't want that. So I like to, depending on how loud people are, quiet. And so like now, I turned up the volume from the computer feeding in, so now I should probably adjust this down. All right, I'm using this one to adjust it down because I cranked this sucker up really high. Or if you've got a really loud speaker guy talking, you can bring this down and limit it. I'll bring it down, it's too loud. But normally, yeah, we do leave it set about here. If we get some really quiet people on the microphones or they're not standing near the podium, I'll move this slider up so that we get a better volume over here and we get it closer to that mark there. And somebody wants to talk to you. Okay, he's mad because we've been here too long. Okay, Cash, calm down. Okay, so that's some of the main settings, I guess. And this will automatically save. In fact, I'll save it now. This setup, so you will be ready to go. This document. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, so that should be ready to go. I haven't tested the output yet to make sure it still live streams, but let's hope that still works. I upgraded our Wirecast, so our license is current. Again, this is the new version of it. So you're all set there. That should be automatic. When you open it up, it should bring this up. All right, from that. One more comment on what happened and why we had really bad sound. You could barely hear it if you turned the volume all the way up. You could barely hear sound coming through before. And the problem is that it's got this smart audio control system right from that. And every time you plug a wire in or unplug a wire out of it, it asks you what it was you plugged in. And I won't do it now because I don't want to screw it up. But the output sound that we were sending out was set to headphones. And it should have been front speaker, or speakers. And so the difference is, I think it's the impedance on the wire. I'm not an expert on this stuff, but it changes the impedance on it, whether you're speakers or whether you're a headphone there. So it was set to headphone, and so you could hear it, but it was a really crummy sounding, very staticky and very low volume. And so not nice at all. So when I plugged it back in, I unplugged it and plugged it back in and finally got lucky and noticed that it was set to headphones. And so I set it to speakers and then it worked fine. And it's working good. The other wire, there's two wires on the two outputs or cables coming out of the back of our computer. The other one next to it is the line out. And that's this one goes into that. Actually, it's a line in. And that one goes into it off of our soundboard, and that's our input. And I had to set that to be line in and not a microphone. And so that one's set to be line in through there in this little setup screen. And so that was the main problem for the sound not working right. And again, the easiest way to get to this screen is to unplug a cable, a sound cable, and plug it back in. And this pops up automatically and asks you, what did you just plug in? And then you just tell it, I just plugged in a line in or a speakers out, or front speakers. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, can't change those. That was the biggest problem we had with it. Just one side note while we're doing the learning here, this computer one is wide with the cables, and so the DVD player over here, when it's running, it also comes in on this channel through that. So they both use the same channel 14 on the mixer board because you don't have an extra channel for that. And those cables are just joined in the back here behind the mixer board, and they're wired together through that. I think that's it. I didn't have any microphones. My new key, I can't get in to get the microphones out. So I don't know that for sure that the wireless microphones are working. They should. I didn't change any wiring on that. The lectern microphone works and it plays through here, and I can see it up on the board here. I'll double check and make sure our broadcast settings are set right. Tonight I'll run a test. I'll run a test broadcast, but you can just assume when you get this that that's all going to be working and everything should be ready for tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.